Hi everyone, we're Tony, Sonya and Willow. Now imagine you wake up one day and you just think, you know what, I want a bit of adventure in my life. So you quit your job, you sell everything you own and you buy yourself a narrowboat, which you then live on and travel around the country, even though you've never been on a narrowboat before. I know it sounds crazy, but that's exactly what we did. So if you want to come along for the ride, then tune in and watch. Same ship, different day.
In there for painting at the moment because they've had the heaters on since we've been here. We got 2 Lisa's Stoke boatyard. We didn't visit it this time actually. Yeah, the whole castle quays has grown up around it. If you can see behind me, there's a group of people, but they're doing their helmsman's course at the moment. They're just talking them through how a lock works, and then we're going down. No pressure though, do you know what I mean, to do it properly. At least I've just got to stand on the boat and make sure I don't crash into anything.
Oh, right. So, Sonya's just doing the L sand now, rubbish is all done, we're filling up with water, and then we're going to go. It's like stop-start, so when you first go it's like swing bridge, then it's the lock, then it's all the services. So it doesn't feel like you've started cruising yet, so once we move here it'll feel like we're probably on a day's cruise. The place we're hoping to go is near Somerton Deep Locks. We went through there once, and as always we were having to get to somewhere. But it was a beautiful mooring out in the country. We can't even remember exactly where it is, but we're hoping to try and find that today. We're on a quest, and you know all boys like quests. We're on a quest to find that mooring and see if we can stay there for a day or two before going on down to Hayford. So we've got enough food for a couple of days, and obviously it's now Wednesday, and we've got to be at the Black Inn for like next Thursday, so we've got to stay for a week, more than enough time. But there's a few dodgy locks between here and there, so today I think we're gonna get through all of those dodgy locks. They close them quite regularly because of the flow of the water, but there's no rain for a couple of days, so we want to just get through those so that we have no more disasters. And all the disasters at the moment, lock got open for us, batteries are back working, and what was the last one? Oh, the water seems fine. Let's put some more in, as you saw today, but yeah, hot water's been lovely. Having to have a nice shower. So yeah, come along with us today. Right, this is something that always amazes me. We see it on the canals where trees grow into the brickwork. And the people on the other side probably don't even realise this is happening when it's happening. But these trees have actually come out of the woodwork itself, literally. Brickwork. The brickwork. See if I can find some more as we travel along. But it's amazing how nature kind of takes things back again. So that up there, that tree, can you see it's growing through the gap there? Down here there's another one that growing up through the bottom of the gap in the brickwork. And another one. This one here has just grown right through the fence.
Come the fence. I am the fence.
very difficult there into the bridge. We are right in the reeds. So it's really difficult. You see it there, that angle that comes in, it's like an S. So you've got to be, you can't come into that that straight. You have to come in across it. There's just nowhere to go. There would have been a time when Sonya would have panicked. Wouldn't you?
Yeah. I just didn't see the approach properly, so I needed to be over more, and I wasn't over enough.
I don't think there's supposed to have been much more over. When you look back there, look. I do like a contrast shot. So there's people rushing in their everyday life. Meanwhile, we're just chugging along.
2.5 miles an hour.
2.5 miles an hour. So just been dropped off by Sonya. Now that is one deep lock.
They're just approaching Grant's Lock. We're going down, but the good thing is, having seen the boat just gone past us a little while back, this should be in our favour. Tony's hopped off the boat to go and set the lock for us, so I can just drive straight on in. It's a beautiful day for a cruise today. There's still a chill in the air, you can still feel it's winter, but the sun being out makes such a difference. So we're getting our vitamin D today. We're hoping to stop at the Pig's Place for lunch, and if it's open, and then we'll see how we get on from there.
So it's another one of those, obviously just once a beautiful house, it's now convertible, so you can take the roof off. Oh, they got Rio Link, same as us. It's always a shame, isn't it? When someone's home, someone's pride and joy. I imagine someone once sat in front of that fire on a cold day. It's such a shame. I always find it's weird as well, because there's a house and the water comes, the overflow from the canal, straight down underneath the house. So there are some really deep locks on this little stretch. One of them is even called Somerton Deep Lock. We've got like a diamond shaped one coming up as well. Some really weird locks, which is why we wanted to get through these, because they are prone to breaking. And if the tides, not tide, but it says that if it rains a lot, these sometimes get closed as well. So we wanted to get through these.
Well, despite my wishful thinking, it wasn't set in our favour, and Tony reckons it's the deepest lock in the world. It isn't. It's 9'6". This is the deepest lock we've been in for a while. It does feel quite low down.
And people say, why do you not like walking across these locks?
Different. This one has only one gate exiting, which Tony should be pleased about, because it means he doesn't have to keep walking around. I wonder if he's noticed.
This boat's okay, it's just a bit short of solar. Any song?
We've seen it before, haven't we? It's got solar on every
Malibu
part of it.
16.
It must be generating so much electricity.
That is insane. There's just one big solar panel, the whole boat. It's tight with boats down here, isn't it? This one double moored.
None of the boats now, are they?
No, and like someone's moored on that side, which is unusual.
Yeah, they're not normally double-breasted here.
No. crazy place to moor, really.
Bloody bridge. Sorry, mate. Sorry, doggy.
That was really tough with those boats. Yeah. Look at that. And the problem with that, if you're wondering, is because we've got to go through that straight to turn, the back has to go out from the front to be able to turn.
So come in for the bridge.
It's like sets you on a row almost. There's nothing you can do. There's 2 lots now with really dodgy little bits on.
I know. Come to our peaceful cruise. There's a boat coming in. So this is King Sutton Lock, otherwise known as Tarver's Lock. Don't know why it's got 2 names. I shall have a read a bit later on. Over there is King Sutton. So if you wanted to go into the village, this is the closest you can get to it. But you can't walk there because the River Cherwell runs between here, the canal and the village. So the best place to moor for walking into King Sutton, which is a lovely little village, is to moor down by Twyford Wharf. And then over here you've got this little beautiful building, very reminiscent of the past. But this lock, 10'8" drop. Woo! Going down. Do, 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 do. King Sutton Lock, otherwise known as a boat wash. People pay a fortune for this kind of service. I'm glad our windows aren't open.
This is a way you can get across, what's the river called, son?
The Cherwell.
The Cherwell. Someone's made a little ladder. You can get up on there and go over to the other side of the Cherwell. Because King Sutton is so close to here. So close to here. Oh, you can...
There's a canoe.
Oh, is there a canoe? I was saying you can swing across there, look.
Let's swing across.
Oh, there are 3 ways. You've got a bridge, you can swing across, and just down there's a canoe moored up. So we just go under the bridge here, and that is the M40. So those cars going in that direction are heading off towards London, which is kind of the direction we're going. We're going southern, going back down south. South London.
Down south and
South London.
down south.
Where our roots are.
And then we're going southwest, which is not where our roots are.
No. Pig farm was, or pig place was shut, so we made our own bacon sandwiches instead. I'm now just walking down to the lock to get it all set for us, and then we're going to move on. It's not that far now, I don't think. It's only about an hour or so to the place we want to moor up. So yeah, just go get it sorted. And come up here, you can see this is like the CRT base. So look, all this stuff, CRT things as far as the eye can see. It should be getting to an easier bit for them now, because in the winter they do all their work. So we're just kind of like start of March. By the end of March, all the winter moorings are finished, and they tend to have done all the work they're going to do. So it's kind of in the final throes. Just deal with the odd lock that goes down like our one now. We are certainly noticing though a change in the seasons on this trip. I'm seeing the first insects that I've seen for ages and ages flying around. Saw a bee this morning. Flowers starting to blossom and bloom.
So this is Nell Bridge Lock, But this is one of the locks that we want to get through before it rains again. So this little section of canal, the River Cherwell crosses it just before Ano Weir Lock, and they have, if it's in high waters or fast, strong stream, they will close this lock, or you'll get a warning on your phone. I've not had a warning on my phone to say not to travel. Yeah, there's the sign. Problem is though, the indicator is not on this side of the lock, it's on the other side of the lock. So you don't know whether it's on red, yellow or green until you get to the other side of the lock. Interesting. Well, that's a narrow little bridge. Caught me by surprise. Deary, deary me. Just about fit. Chimney was impressive. Oh, it's cheekily narrow. That is narrow.
Right, so the good news on these locks is there's just one gate. So I don't have to walk around and do it again, and so you don't do the laps, but the one gates are really heavy, really heavy. You have to put all your body weight into it to get them start moving. When I say start moving, they're not nearly as bad, but that first little bit, they just don't budge. You push them and it's like, oh my god, that's not what I was expecting. So yeah, really hard work, and it's a funny lock, this one, so it's a tight squeeze there, as you've just seen Sonya say, but for me, I've got to go up to this busy road, cross it to get back to the canal, and it switches sides. So now the side of the canal, the towpath has switched sides. So we came up there, but yeah, really busy road. I think this is the only one we ever have had to do this on. I can't think of many others where I've had to cross a busy road to get back onto the boat. Right, so we're just coming up to the diamond-shaped weir. Lock, sorry. The reason I said weir is because this is why it's tricky. Just before you get to the lock, there is a weir. So obviously with the weirs, the water pushes you over. So, but we've got to like then power steel through, get under the bridge and into the lock. So it might be tricky. We've had this in the past. We've looked at saying it looks like it's going to be really tricky, and like, oh my god, this is coming up, and it hasn't been. But yeah, just let you know in advance, this could be a little bit dodgy. You can feel the anxiety coming off of this one.
Woo, woo, woo.
So,
I'm not, because it would have been amber, wouldn't it? I would never come down here when it's like go with caution,
yeah.
Or definitely not on a red.
No.
We didn't even notice what it was, did we, when we came out?
No.
Didn't even look.
Well, this is why we wanted to do this now, didn't we?
Well, yes, yeah.
Because we was a bit worried if they were on reds.
Well, what happens is the Cherwell floods so quickly that, and it gets a strong flow quite quickly, that you've only got to have a couple of days of rain, just normal rain, and this would be right. You cannot pass. You shall not pass.
No, so this is the weir. You might have heard. This is the weir. You might have heard from the background. It's not exactly traumatic. It doesn't seem to be flowing this way particularly. The dodgy bit is though, I've got to get off to do the lock, and as you can see, there's no place to get off, so we've got to go right up.
Oh, back there, that was the lock landing back there.
Oh, was that the lock landing? So yeah, we've like poodled on down. So I'm going to put the camera down, and I'll go to the front and jump off and set up. If I remember right, it takes a long time, because this one, the reason they've got it is because it's such a deep lock at Somerton that this one takes a little bit of the pressure off of it.
And that up there is the River Cherwell. It comes into this canal, straight across the canal, and through the weir that way. But as you can see, it's not a strong flow today, which is really good. But there's another lock where the Cherwell comes close as well. Another diamond-shaped one, I think. Yeah, interesting. So we're just hovering here because we missed the lock landing, stupidly. Probably because, right, the little bollards where the lock landing is just down there. Normally they're painted white, so you can see them from a distance. But they're so rot. They were so rotten and old, we couldn't see them at all. Let alone see them if they weren't painted white. And they weren't painted. Ano Weir Lock. A huge drop of 8.5 inches. Yeah, so apparently Somerton Deep Lock, which is 12 foot deep, takes so much water that they made this a diamond-shaped lock to take up extra capacity with the waters, the amount of water it's needed. Last time we were in this lock, I think we got wedged diagonally. Now today, I'm just keeping my nose in at the gate. And there you have it. The lock is now empty. Now in my book, it says that the drop here is 8.5 inches. 0 foot, 8.5 inches. Look, I'll show you, prove it. There. Ano rear lock, diamond shape, 0 foot, 8.5 inches. That is not 8.5 inches. I reckon the water levels are really high. Who knows? Right, well, Tony's going to go and make sure that the solar is laying horizontally, because the last time we went through this bridge, it was a disaster. So just before we went through the bridge, we stopped for water at Ano Wharf, which was fine. Lovely little place to stop. And then we had to, but just before we'd got to Ano, the camera that we had just bought fell on the floor and broke. So Tony was in a bit of a...
Literally, it was the first time we used it.
It was the first time we used it. It fell on the floor, broke the lens. So that was one of the things. And then, as we were leaving Ano Wharf, with Tony still in bad spirits, I either clipped it, or I didn't do it properly, or it was a bit windy. Something happened to make the boat go, and I caught the side of the bridge, and the solar panels hit the bridge. Luckily, we had no problems. The solar panels just bounced back down again. Yeah,
we were quite like it almost bent it slightly, didn't it? You know, like it kind of bowed it ever so slightly for a second.
It was just like, I think where if I'd have hit it any straighter, it would have come, the force would have been that way. But because the big bridge was curved, I kind of went under and then into the bridge. So I didn't hit the wall, I hit inside the bridge. It kind of pushed the solar panel down.
Yeah.
So this time we're taking no chances.
Right, so this is the bridge. We need Sonya 100% concentrating.
I'm not concentrating at all because the dogs are.
She's fine. Just drive the boats on.
Stay.
To be fair, it's not the nicest bridge in the world, is it?
No, stay.
Oh my God.
Stay. Good girl, stay.
Mind your head.
Stay. Good girl. Make you jump, did it, puppy? Did it make you jump? You are so good. So like, what I'll do is I'll go under a stressy bridge.
Yeah,
with the dog loose.
Oh my God, in 1 minute we were headed, I was looking at it, I was thinking, we're right in line like we were last time for it.
Right, come here, Willow, away from the edge, shut the door now because I can't cope any longer.
It was your idea, wasn't it?
And that was my idea, but she loved it. The door open.
So we've just opened this door here because we've seen in other boats, they do that and the dogs really like it. And she was absolutely fine. It wasn't you, Willow, it was stressy.
Yes, I am stressy, all right? I get stressed about stuff like that. That stresses me out.
So we nearly crashed and did exactly the thing you said wasn't going to be the issue.
No, we didn't. We were miles off.
That might be my favourite boat name. Here's another example of just how flooded everywhere seems to be. It's that field again. Can you see it there in the sunlight? All the water on it. Or the crow's nest, but the crows are still with them at the moment. They've come back to them. Or are they in them in winter? What happens? Right, so we're just coming up, as you can see in the background, to the mooring we're after. It looks lovely. We just got to decide whether we go before or after that bridge there. So we'll get past this boat and then we'll make that decision. But here's our views.
We're approaching Bridge 193. We're really close to where we want to moor. And a couple of people have told us this never used to have a lock on it, but now they've put a lock on it to make people shut the lift bridge. Because a lot of the lift bridges on the Oxford Canal you don't need to shut because they're there for just farmers' access and they just get pulled down. But this one apparently needs to be shut and there's a key thing. I think Tony's struggling to operate it. Apparently the mechanism gets stuck. Some blokes just told us. So here's a tip. If you can't get your key out, stand on the bridge and then that jars the mechanism loose and you can get your key out. That's what the bloke we've just met on the towpath has told us. So there's a tip, £1.93 on the Oxford. Stand on the bridge if you can't get your key out.
I'm not fat, it's just widescreen that is. That's me in panorama. So here we are.
Oh, here we are.
It's lovely, and we have got, let me just show you, there's our view and our makeshift table
Rash bucket.
and our first outdoor beers
Cheers, everyone.
of 2025. So here we are. Nice people, this is what it's all about. Hopefully you can see from that just why we wanted to get this mooring, and we were so pleased that we managed to get it with no one else around us. Thanks as always for watching. Like, subscribe, become a member, anything else that could help us, please do. For now though, see you all next week.